why resist change, or how do you react to change, etc., etc. But the main question is obviously why resist change.
I think for me, nowadays, like with anything, you weigh up pros and cons of why said change is happening. Then you start to think, how is that going to impact your life and what you're doing, what you got going on? Then I guess it's a case of, is it going to benefit me? Is it not? Or you'll find a way to not resist, but change the whole situation. So you change the change. So it can suit you.
Right, I understand. I get you.
But why you resist it? Because sometimes you don't even want to change. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. That old famous saying that you hear every now and again.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess people don't want to. Some people just don't want to change.
I'd say comfortability.
Yeah.
That's probably why most people resist changing. I feel like they're comfortable in one space, and they see everything outside, and it's a difference. It's a big difference. So if they're comfortable in somewhere, they feel like if they're comfortable here, they may as well just stay here. Personally, for myself, I don't feel like I do resist change because of my career. So in terms, it's ever changing. So it's kind of one of them things where change is usually a better thing. But I feel like comfortability is the main kind of reason why people resist change. And you can get. I think people need to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yes, definitely.
And that's why I think change is obviously difficult for some. But all in all, I feel like it sometimes is for the better. But as Dej said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So you know.
But sometimes, like, I feel like if you don't change or if you don't adapt, you kind of hinder yourself. Because this world is forever changing. And the more you don't adapt, the more you just get left behind.
That's true. 100%. Because you can see that happening, like, just people in general.
Yeah.
You can see the world's moving and they're stagnant.
Sometimes you see what eras people are just stuck in, like. You see it right in front of you.
You can see from, I don't mean to bring up, like Brexit. People didn't want to change certain things.
Yeah, now it's here, it's calm, it's gone.
You get what I mean?
You're just living in it now.
See?
Literally.
So, I feel like personally, I feel like it's an older generation that resists change more than the younger generation. I feel like we're ready to evolve and move on to new things.
They're more stuck in their ways.
Yeah, but I feel like once they've gone through something, they're just like, you know what? They've gone through and seen enough that they don't want to change anything. They're happy where they are. Whereas we're trying to push to the next level, and we know that change can obviously affect us in both a positive and a negative way. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like we're more optimistic and we want to take leaps of faith. Yeah. So that's why we don't resist change as much.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the point that you both made on being comfortable is a very big one, actually. I remember speak to one of my colleagues about this during the week, actually. Just in terms of like career progression and stuff like that. And obviously your place of work's different to like ours and stuff like that. But in a place of work, it's so easy to be comfortable. Like, say you're in a good team, etc.
Right.
Like working team and stuff. It's just easy to be like, okay, cool. When am I gonna go for the next step, kind of thing? It's like sometimes it can somewhat bypass you. Right. Because things are just so all rosy and all you're in a little bit of a bubble, innit? Yeah. Until like sometimes you'll think, oh shit, this amount of time's gone past. Like, where has all this time gone? Yeah. But because you've been in your bubble, it could be good, like fast pace, etc. Blah blah blah. You just then think, okay, cool. Maybe now it is time to potentially switch it up, etc. But then the flip side to that is there's people that like I know or that I'd see they can, in terms of going back to a job reference, they can chop and change job. Like, they're on this I'll stay in this role for a year, 18 months max, innit? And stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, like I'd never been like that, innit?
Right.
And there's people that are like, bang, 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 bang. I'm like, fair play. But whichever floats your boat, innit? But at the same time, in terms of just resisting to change, I think, like you both said, it's just people being somewhat stuck in their ways. If it ain't broke, it ain't fixed, etc.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also being adaptable to the situation and stuff like that. Or like you said, with the times.
Especially times like this, you have to be adaptable.
But that's what, I won't say it hinders people, but I feel like some people just don't. Some people in general just don't like changing it.
Yeah.
You get me?
I understand that, but surely, obviously from a workplace perspective, surely how the world's moving in terms of just technology and stuff like that, you're going to have to change in some form of way.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I know everything used to be...
How about people? They resist, man.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'll do it on a pen and paper.
They resist, man. They resist. And it's habits as well, innit?
That's a very good point. Actually.
It's habits of doing things a certain way. Then if someone says, "Oh, you have to do it like this now," because now like things have come to a place where you just have to do it differently. They can just all hell can just break loose, man.
Right. So it's just a case of them not wanting to. They just don't want to change.
They just don't want it like that, man.
Isn't that difficult to work with then for you guys? And that sort isn't that kind of stubbornness? Wouldn't that be difficult to work with? Because in my line of work, when in the football, you have to be ever evolving. If you're stuck in the 90s, you're getting left behind. Because essentially, you can see from just management, the managers that were stuck in the 90s that were managers in the Prem, and now in League Two.
But I think I might have said this in one of our early episodes about in terms of sports, how like. Or probably just discussing with both of you outside of recording, how managers could be or coaches could be so stuck in their ways, and like it shows when you're not going with the current times as per. It's like when, just for argument's sake, Mourinho getting sacked last week from Roma.
Yep.
It's like people are like, boy, has he really? Last couple jobs now, has he really got with the times?
He's never really evolved, has he?
Yeah, like
because his style worked and he's stuck with my style works. I'm gonna do it my way and no one else's way.
It worked at the top.
Yeah. But the game's evolved so much since it worked for him.
Yeah.
It's like, do I carry on doing that, or do I switch it up, or do I know how to switch up?
Yeah.
I feel that's different. In management, I think it's different because I don't know if people know how to switch it up. If they have a style of play and they know their players, they're trying to, and they've won.
Implement it.
Yeah, and they always say, I've won this league before doing this. If you haven't won the league doing what you're doing, why are you telling me what to do?
Yeah.
That's where I feel like Mourinho's kind of in a place of power where you can say, look, maybe my ways are ancient, but I've won doing it.